I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do a video on this week. So I took a little stroll through the comments section and read through a handful of comments that I have somehow missed or just did not answer. And these are viewer questions from you guys. So we have a pretty good handful written out here, and I'm not sure how many we're going to get through. This is all off the top of my head. So I'm just going to answer them the best that I can. And I think you're definitely going to want to stay tuned until the end because we have a lot of really good questions here. So before we get into it, if you are new here, welcome. My name's Mariah. My husband Spencer and I are a top producing husband and wife real estate team here in Oregon. And on this channel, I come on here every single week and talk all about real estate. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. The first question is from Crystal, and she says, I've been following your channel for a while and I've been thinking about getting into the real estate industry for years now. I've recently resigned from my job due to different reasons and I'm looking for a new opportunity. I really want to give real estate a try, but I'm not sure how to get my foot in the door. I've contacted several real estate agents in my area, but I always hear the same thing. You need a real estate license to work with us, and due to privacy, you can't shadow us. What else can I do to get my foot in the door to see if real estate is something I really would enjoy? Okay, a couple pieces of advice for you. The first thing I would say is one thing that you can do if you're looking for a different job right now to get your foot in the door is get a job at the front desk at a real estate industry. Yes, there's a lot of jobs and things that you just cannot do legally without your real estate license working like for a real estate agent, for example, but you could do a lot of different types of jobs, I guess you could say, that are like receptionist, front desk type things at a smaller brokerage or a bigger real estate brokerage. And if you're doing that type of thing, you're going to be around real estate agents all the time. You're going to be hearing them talk. You're going to be listening to what's going on with their deals and their transactions. And I definitely think that's a good way to get immersed in the real estate world while getting paid to do so and get a feel for if that's right for you or not. Secondly, I would say check out videos, like watch videos like these, listen to, podcasts like this one, head over to our channel. We have a whole day in the life of a real estate agent playlist where you can see what an actual day in the life of a real estate agent looks like. And then last, but most important, I think I would say, do your research on all the different ways to get business as a real estate agent. This is huge. When you get your real estate license, you are a independent contractor. Nobody's giving you business. Like, you are running your own business, and it is up to you to find the people to work with you. And that is honestly the hardest part about being a new real estate agent, is just getting the business at first. And so you are going to have to be doing at least one form of how we call it as a real estate agent. We call it prospecting or marketing, basically your way of getting business. Like I said, there's so many different ways. I think that they all work if you do them well enough and stick with them long enough. That's the key. I think people don't stick with their one way of prospecting long enough to actually see results. So whatever it is that you choose, whether it's YouTube videos like we do, cold calling, door knocking, open houses, like there's a zillion and one ways to get business. They all work, but you're going to probably have to do it for a while without seeing results. So just have that expectation in mind. But my whole point in saying this is do your research on what are all the different things that you can do to get clients as a real estate agent, and then see, is there any of those ways that I think I would enjoy? Because I think that's a really good way of deciding if you would like being in real estate or not. Because, for example, the day in the life of a real estate agent who's making cold calls and giving listing presentations and trying to convince FSBOs to work with them versus the day in the life of a real estate agent who is throwing client appreciation parties and open houses, that's their way of getting business. Those two real estate agent days are going to look extremely different because they are doing different activities all day to try to get business. And now, like one real estate agent, I'm choking here on my own spit. Wow, I need a drink. Hold on. Okay, if you've ever seen the disc profile, I am a very high D and a very high I and a very low S and very low C. So I really enjoy cold calling, although it's not part of my business anymore because of how I run my life and just time consuming all of that. I started out cold calling and I loved it. I love cold calling. It's like an adrenaline rush and I think it's so much fun. I don't mind the rejection, whatever. But if you're a different personality type, you might not want to be making cold calls. You might enjoy something else like open houses, or like I said, there's a zillion ways. I won't talk about them. We have plenty of videos on our channel where we share all the different ways you can get business. So go to our channel and find those other videos. There's so many ways to do it, but do research on what are all the different ways that you can get business as a real estate agent, and then decide, is there any way that sounds appealing to me, or do all of these different ways of getting business sound horrible to me? Because if they all sound horrible to you, then maybe sales isn't right for you. However, I think that there's a lot of different outlets, things that you can do to prospect and market your business and get clients that fit almost every personality type. But at the end of the day, maybe you don't want to do sales and maybe it's just not right for you. Then I think that's a really good way to figure that out, because if you're going to be in real estate, you're going to have a way of getting business. And so, and I would even argue that your way of getting business is actually your number one job. So like before you are a real estate agent, like for me, when I first got my real estate license, before I was a real estate agent, I was a cold caller. I had to get good at cold calling and the follow-up and everything that came, the converting the clients, like everything that went along with cold calling. That was my number one job, because if I didn't do that and didn't learn how to do it well, then I wouldn't have business. And now I'm a content creator. That's my number one job, because if I don't create the content, I'm not going to get the business. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next question, but I think that is a really good thing to do if you're trying to decide if this is right for you. Whew, okay, I haven't been drinking caffeine and I drank it again, and now my heart's beating really fast. So I'm going to try to slow it down a little. The next question is, I'm taking my real estate course online in Michigan, and I'm wondering, how do you feel about having vacant lots listed? Are those difficult to sell? I've had this question actually quite a bit lately. I love listing vacant lots. Like, they are fabulous. I love it. Now, I don't work with listings anymore, just the way that my husband and I have shifted our business since I became a mom. The way I get my business now, he is the listing guy and I am the virtual buyer's agent working with our relocation clients, almost exclusively. And so it's been a while since I've listed one personally, but back when I would cold call often, the vacant lot for sell by owners were the easiest to convert. I have so many situations that are coming to mind right now where I would list these vacant lot for sell by owners and never even see the seller, like in person. Like, we would literally do it just over the phone. They would be converted over the phone. I would send them the form to DocuSign, and then I would go out to the lot myself to get pictures done. Like, it just extremely easy clients to work with, extremely easy for sell by owners to convert, from my experience at least. As far as the process goes, this might be different from area to area, but I know in my area, the vacant land does tend to sit longer than like a regular residential listing, but they're pretty low maintenance. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed working with vacant lots. Yes. Okay. Next question. My husband and I are doing real estate together, and it's fun to watch couples doing the business together. I'd love to hear more about what you're doing to get relocation clients. We are in Florida and are noticing many relocation buyers. Thanks again. I would love to do what we're doing in a market like Florida, where there is just, it's actually like known for relocation, because, okay, what we're doing, it works and it works well, but we are not in an area by any means that is like known for relocation. We are in a town of about 170,000 people. And then of course there's like surrounding towns, but it is the capital, but it's definitely not a relocation retiree. Like, it's not that style of town, if you will. But with that being said, what I would love to hear more about, the question was, I'd love to hear more about what you're doing to get relocation clients. I think if you are in an area like somewhere in Florida, for example, where your population is much higher than where I'm at, then I think that you could use something like TikTok really, really well to get relocation clients. For our area, YouTube is 100% where it's at. That's been what's working for us really, really well. Basically, we just make videos talking about everything you need to know about moving to, living in, relocating to, and real estate in our specific area that we want to work in and get clients in. And what works for us is we stay specific We stay niche. We have a separate YouTube channel to talk all about like home buyer and seller things in general that aren't specific to our area because of just the YouTube algorithm. If we were to put all of it on one channel, I don't know that anyone would even be able to find us that's looking for us. But so if you have like more specific questions on that, I'd love to answer it. But basically, in a nutshell, that's what we do. Next question is, what do you pay for Chime? Okay, so I've talked about this before. I think we did a whole video just on Chime. If you haven't watched it, go check it out because Chime is amazing and life-changing. It's actually called Lofty or Loftly, one of the two now. They changed the name. However, basically, this is the CRM that you get when you're at Real Brokerage. It's the CRM that you have the option to use. You're able to use a different one if you want. I don't know why you would. Chime is the best CRM I've ever seen in my life. Or I mean Lofty, they changed their name. Loftly, whatever. So it is, I'm pretty sure $40 a month. Could be wrong. Pretty sure that's what we pay at Real Broker because Real Broker has a deal with them to where their agents get this extreme deal on the CRM. Now, Loftly / formerly Chime is a regularly $500, it might be $600 now, $600 a month CRM. And let me tell you, it is worth every penny. Like it is, at first I was like $600 a month for a CRM, that's steep. It is worth it. Once you see what you can do, all the automation you can do for your business, the artificial intelligence, like that is one reason my husband and I have both said, like when we switched to Real Broker, we didn't even really know about this CRM system, but we have both said that we would switch just for this CRM system because it's that good. Next question. What brokerage were you with before you were with Real Broker? So a year ago at this time, it's crazy, I was with Berkshire Hathaway. I was with them my entire career in real estate up until last spring. I switched to Real Broker. Best decision ever. Never planned on switching. I won't go into this really because I've done full videos where I've explained this. I have a whole playlist on my channel talking about Real Brokerage. So if you want to hear my story, I have a video about why I left Berkshire Hathaway and then a video about why I joined Real Brokerage and then a lot of other videos talking about Real. So you can go check those out if you're curious on my channel. But yes, I was with Berkshire Hathaway and they're a great company. I had a great experience with them. I know every franchise is going to be different because the Berkshire Hathaway in my town that I'm in is Salem is going to be different from the Berkshire Hathaway than, you know, where you're at in like Michigan or whatever state, or even a different branch in my very state, just 30 minutes down the road. It could look drastically different because of the people running it. So I can't speak for everywhere, but I had a great experience and was really happy with that brokerage. But I'm also very glad I switched and I think Real is awesome. And yeah. Okay. Next question is, how long have you been in real estate now? So I got my real estate license when I was 18. I started going to real estate school when I was, I heard about real estate. It was randomly suggested to me, like out of nowhere. Instantly knew that's it. That's what I want to do. Knew nothing about it. Didn't know anyone in real estate. Like did not know what realtors did. Knew absolutely nothing, but I knew in my heart, like this is it. So that was in November of my senior year of high school. And then immediately started researching real estate schools in the area and found out you can start when you're 18. So I turned 18 in January, was still, going to high school at the time, but started doing real estate school at night and then graduated high school. And then that following fall is when I finally passed my exam. Took me a few times to pass it, but I finally passed it. So I was 18. How many years ago was that? 2015, 16, 17, 18. Wait, 2008, 15. Wow, it's been 8 years. That's crazy. 8 years. I don't feel that old. Okay, next question. Is there a mentor available when you first start at Real Brokerage? And is there specific training for new agents? When you join Real Broker, everybody has a sponsor. Basically, who you put as your sponsor, that is like whoever you heard about Real from first or whoever you want to have in your upline, basically as a sponsor. there's rules in our independent contractor agreement with Real Brokerage saying we are not allowed to, like, for example, I'm not allowed to say, if you sign up with me at Real and I'm your sponsor, I'm going to like give you free real estate coaching and give you all this training. Like, I'm not allowed to do that. However, I believe it's my job as a sponsor. My job is to be there for any agents that sign up with me, however needed and wanted. Now, a lot of the agents that have joined us at Real are people who are selling lots of houses. They're doing like, don't really need or want any help, and that's fine. A lot of them are even like way further ahead in their career than we are. And I'm not like saying that I am the expert by any means, but a lot of the agents that do join us at Real are also brand new, like just licensed, never sold a house before, just hanging their license somewhere for the very first time. So wherever you're at in your real estate journey, that is something that I always want to be available. So I tell all the agents that join me at Real, like, you can text me, email me, reach out anytime. I will, with any questions that come up, I will get back to you within 24 business hours or sooner. Also, I'm always happy to hop on a Zoom call or a phone call with any of the agents that have joined me at Real, however consistent or inconsistent as needed. So this might look like I have, had agents who I've done just out of the blue, random like phone calls and Zoom calls, just they wanted to set something up just to brainstorm some ideas for business planning or whatever. Or this could look like every week, every other week, once a month, like accountability Zoom call or phone call. Like, it is up to you how involved, I guess you could say, you want your sponsor to be. But that sponsor, the person that you sign up with, is someone who is in your corner and they're rooting for you. And if you have questions, you can go to them and that type of thing. Also, you do have a principal broker in your state for like contract questions, a lot of that state specific. And I know from my experience, my principal broker has been like, great, easy to get a hold of, really easy to get my questions answered whenever I've had them. And then as far as, is there specific training for new agents? So on the Real Broker website that you get access to once you join, there is tons and tons of training that's like already made, I guess you could say. I have not actually looked at it, but I would be so surprised if there wasn't just like specifically for new agent training. Also, we have masterminds going on multiple times a day, every weekday, on all sorts of different topics, everything you need to know. I just saw one on like negotiating offers for new agents, like niche marketing. There's so many topics. Basically, however you want to run your business, whatever you want to do to get clients, there's probably a mastermind on it every week that you can join. So you can either join as it's happening, then that way you can ask questions live as it's going on to these top producing agents that are teaching these masterminds, or you can watch back later and have that as a resource. After experiencing the training at a brick and mortar, big, well-known franchise real estate brokerage, and then seeing the training at Real, I would definitely prefer the training at Real, 100%. The next question is, this is a silly question, but is a real estate agent considered an independent contractor? Because I know a lot of the people that watch this channel are people who are not yet licensed, but they're thinking about getting their license. Yes, when you are a real estate agent, you are a independent contractor. This is your own business. It's up to you how you want to run it, which is one of the beautiful things about real estate, is there's so many different directions you could take it and ways that you can run your business. Last question I'm going to answer today. This is a repeat question I've been having a lot lately, and that is, I'm a new agent. How can I work with you? Or do you provide mentoring at all? If you are somebody who is asking that question, I would love to set up a Zoom call with you and talk and see if Real Broker is a good option for you and just get all your questions answered. And again, like I said, if you are somebody who has already signed up with us, or who is thinking about signing up with us, or will sign up with us at Real Broker, like, I am always available and happy to hop on Zoom calls, brainstorm ideas with you. No, I'm not the expert. No, I'm not selling 100 houses a year, but my husband and I have built a successful real estate business. We've built a great life all through real estate. I'm definitely not going to be able to tell you how to sell 100 homes a year, but I'll be able to tell you how to have a successful career in real estate, have a very comfortable living while also not working a ton, because honestly, that's our life and that's where it's at right now. And we really, really love it. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.